God bless football, Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Thank you. Left out Mike Fuentes. Wow.
Oh, wow. A minute now?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is that a thing? Are we doing this now?
I don't know. He spent a week with us in Vegas. I feel like at the very least we could throw him a God bless football every now and again. You know?
Maybe just replace him with me then.
Yeah.
I don't like that, Mikey. I don't like that at all.
I didn't say anything
I didn't go
like
to
that.
Vegas.
I don't know. I don't know what I mean,
It felt that way.
It's the Monday after the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Monday.
How you feeling, America? Super Bowl on a Saturday. Billy, what'd you think last night? What a great game. Bad first half. The first half was a little bit slow. The second half picked up a bit. We got an overtime game. Got some free football, but Patrick Mahomes, he wins his third Super Bowl. So he is right there. He is tied with Troy Aikman. He's one behind Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, and he is trying to catch Tom Brady. But it was a great game last night.
It was good starting in the fourth quarter on, I think. It was pretty slow.
It was in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, tale of two halves, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, plus overtime.
3.
Was anyone else confused by the new overtime rules?
Tony Romo.
I couldn't figure.
And the 49ers.
And my uncle.
Well, I was
And me.
I was confused as we were running out of time that it just rolled over, and then Tony's explaining it to me, and then I wasn't sure if Tony knew the rules. So I'm glad they scored because I have no idea what was going to happen in 3 seconds had they not.
I was thinking, I'm like, the Chiefs are awfully casual right now.
I was too. I was like, could you imagine they just run out of time and the Super Bowl ends like it hits double zeros? But
It just rolls over.
well, according to Tony,
Yes.
I don't know.
They're starting a new game. That's why the referee went out of his way to say we are starting a new football game right now. Because it just rolls over.
So Super Bowl 59 also.
Yeah, well, my daughter's...
So why even have a clock? Why even have a clock?
It's a
there?
good
I'm not
question.
If all you're going to do is just keep rolling it over.
Just switch to the end zones, I
I
think.
got to be honest, though. I do like the idea of the clock just ticking down. It creates some urgency, even though there's no urgency. It's false urgency.
Urgency.
Every play should be 3 seconds.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
So this is a technicality I'm going to try to skate on here. I had my Billy's Bets Big Boards brought to you by. I still don't have a sponsor. I don't know if we're going to be working on that because I don't know how many more Billy's Bets Big Boards there's going to be for the rest of the season. But since the season's over, if the season ended today, I don't know how many more we would have. But I picked Tails, and Tails did not win the opening coin toss, but won the second coin toss. And I just said Tails would win the coin toss.
Right.
I think it's implied that it's the first coin toss.
It is.
If I want to cook the numbers here, I feel like, Tails did win a coin toss.
Technically, I mean...
You want to know the crazy thing? The only one of my BB bets that I won, Stugotz,
Yes.
Gatorade color.
Really? You
Nailed
nailed it. You did nail it.
Purple.
You did.
I was thinking about you.
That's what happens when you do the research. You know what I mean? It was an educated guess. I saw that by the end, purple was like the overwhelming favorite, and I think everyone just did the exact same thing I did, which was, they won last year. What color was it? It'll probably be the same color as it was last year if it's the same team winning again.
What happened to your other bets? You did no research or?
No, well, I did combined touchdown score jersey numbers over 121.5, and it was all low-scoring numbers that scored touchdowns.
You needed Kelce.
I needed a Kelce. I needed a Kittle. That would have been the best, but it didn't work out.
Kelce and a Kittle?
Yeah. 2K is cutting it up.
Yeah. I am proud to say that I had $100 on if the game will go to overtime.
Really?
Yes.
Well, the script said it was going to be the first double overtime Super Bowl, and it almost was by 3 seconds. That would have been something.
Right.
Could you imagine if it would have ended up being double overtime for all the script truthers out there?
It was plus 900. I won $900 and a $100 bet.
There you go.
Very excited about that. Do you like the new overtime rules?
Sure.
I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, we didn't really get to see it play out because the Niners didn't score a touchdown on the first drive. So it ended up being like a normal overtime. They kick a field goal, and then these guys back score a touchdown. The game's over.
I liked the old college football overtime rules. They changed them where now you have to do like the whole I like that. Just give everybody the ball at the 25 and let's go.
Yep.
Back and forth.
I like this because at least both teams get a chance to
no matter what.
get a chance to get the ball unless the defense scores on that first possession. So I don't know. I feel like it's better than what we're doing in the regular season. My kids asked me, my daughters asked me, how does this work?
You said, I don't know.
Well, no, I gave him the regular season overtime rules. I was as confused as Romo. I mean, Romo was going, that play was for the season.
Yeah,
that play was for the Super Bowl.
He did say that. No.
I mean, Mahomes gets the ball back. Tony, it's your job to know that.
Well, you know.
But in Tony's defense, he was saying that for every play from the fourth quarter on.
That is
every play was.
He really was.
This is for the Super Bowl.
It is true.
Including the championship games.
It's definitely better than the old overtime rule, which is just get the ball, move it 20 yards, kick a field goal, game over.
Well, I think they made this rule in large part because of what happened with the Bills and the Chiefs up in Kansas City a couple of years ago, where I think it was the Bills who didn't get a chance to get the ball in overtime, and then they started to make all kinds of changes. What do we do?
Always changing the rules for him.
How you feeling? A couple of days removed here from Vegas, from your encounter with Josh Allen. I'm exhausted, dude. I mean, Vegas got the best of me.
I have surprisingly okay energy today. I don't know how long this is going to last me, but I'm good now. I mean, it's late in the afternoon. It's 5 o'clock, so we made it.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
We did make it.
Yeah.
No more games, Billy.
No more games. I have a confession to make.
What?
I have 9 weeks of paternity to use still. I think it's time to take a little break and
take a little vacation.
Spend some time with my babies.
Starting tomorrow.
Sounds like a real off season.
I mean, I'm not going to lose it. I'd be an idiot to lose that. You know what I mean? I think I have a year to use it, so I have until July. I don't know how I'm going to space that out. I have to talk to the bosses because I'm using that.
Billy's going to come back when the Chiefs come back? I mean.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It'd be great if I just now take off and then I come back for camp. You know what I mean?
Yes. Training camp.
Training camp, yeah.
Yes.
But
You got to show your face at the draft.
I'll be at the voluntary one. I'll be there. I'll be a leader at the voluntary training camp. You know what I mean?
No,
then I'll hold out. I'll go 2 days, show my face, do a little holdout, come back. You know what I mean?
I have a question, Billy.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when Josh Allen sits down next to you,
oh boy,
and you know it's coming, the dumb face thing, and then Juju can't wait to throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Stu said he wasn't going to bring it up unless you did. You opened the door and then Juju threw you
I was
going to
bring it up. I forgot because Vegas.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't think that he didn't bring it up out of some sort of courtesy.
That he just forgot?
I thought that he forgot, and I was kind of banking on that he'd just get the big blurred starry-eyed vision where he just falls in love with the athlete and forgets to ask the question that's going to put me in a bad spot. And I was looking good. But I also knew for the good of everyone involved, it had to come up.
It had to be asked.
It had to be asked. It had to come up because it was going to be a giant miss if it didn't come up. Mm-hmm. So I did somewhat open the door for Juju to bury me.
Right.
But if we're going to be fair,
Right.
he started fighting with me first.
Yes.
When he was going after me about ketchup and all
did.
kinds of things. It was unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah.
He was very contentious.
He was making judgments about you.
unhinged almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, how dare he make judgments about you without even knowing you? I mean,
Who would do that?
I like that.
I like Josh Allen.
He's a good guy. He seemed cool.
He played along nicely.
Seemed very cool. And Billy almost nailed him on the pop star thing.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he did nail him because his responses were basically a yes.
That was an admission.
It was.
You know what I should have done? I shouldn't have even implied it. I should have just been so when you and Haley started dating, people were, and then just gone right at it. If it was a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just very friendly and a nice guy with everyone. I don't think he remembers us or cares about us in any way, if I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah, okay.
He'll never forget you, Billy.
I don't think that he knows who I am. Or today, waking up, has no recollection of me in
Mikey
any way.
A, if Josh Allen was walking down the street down in Miami and Billy was strolling past him, you don't think Josh Allen would say, "Hey, Billy"?
No.
No?
I don't think you'd get a Billy. You'd get a hey.
Not
You'd get a
even.
Billy.
Really?
I was actually thinking this, and tell me what you guys think about this. So, we were staying a little bit away from the action in our hotel. The Circa was in old Las Vegas,
Pretty much
downtown, Las Vegas. So it was away from the action. There was a lot of traffic, and we had a lot of things going on behind the scenes. It had late things to the point where it was at a certain point you have to decide, do I want to get engaged in the traffic going all the way back to the strip to do things, or do I call it a night knowing we have this going on tomorrow, right? So I saw that night after we had Josh Allen on the show, Gordy Gronkowski was hanging out with him, amongst other people, in a group. Gordy put up a post with him. And I thought to myself, because we had been talking to Gordy and Mojo and stuff, behind the scenes about like catching up and whatever, hanging out. And I thought to myself, if I had gone to meet up with Gordy and was in this group and Josh is there, would Josh have would he remember the fact that we even spoke earlier that day? And I'm betting no, he would not have.
I'm saying yes, he would have.
I don't think so.
Really?
We also had this guy that works for DraftKings named Hank come up to me and say, like the next day, and he's like, yeah, Josh hated that interview. He hated all of you. I was like, okay.
He was wrong.
Thanks, Hank.
No, he was wrong.
No.
I thought Josh Allen had a great time.
Really?
Yeah, he was smiling, and
I got to be honest, because he had his back to me, and I couldn't really see the faces that he was making. I had to trust Billy on this. I couldn't tell whether or not there was real tension there. I couldn't. I have to be honest, Billy.
Yeah, well.
Like I think maybe we're justifying, we're trying to justify it by saying, no, he enjoyed it. It was good. It was fine. He was fine with it. He was playing along. But was he pissed? I have no idea.
So now you're on Hank's team?
Yeah, Team Hank.
Anyways, the Super Bowl was yesterday. Why are we talking about Josh Allen's interview?
I don't know. Does Mecole Hartman have more Super Bowls than Tariq Hill?
How crazy. How
He started off the season as a Jet.
He was in the doghouse, and now he's a hero.
Can you believe that worked out that way?
Yes.
Also, terrible job by him throwing the ball. Terrible. That ball would never have left my hand. Ever, ever, ever. Just tossing it to the ground to celebrate. Oh,
Yeah.
huge miss.
How does that guy have more Super Bowls than Tariq Hill?
That's a right place,
Yeah.
right time.
Plays with a better quarterback.
Because don't forget, he started with the Jets,
Yeah.
so he
I
was
know.
lucky to get traded back.
Well, not just that. He went to the Jets
He was
in
there.
the offseason.
Yeah.
Then he came back to the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was a little poopy when
Well,
he came back.
I
He
remember-
wasn't great. Everybody thought as soon as he comes back, oh my God, this is going to fix the Chiefs' offense. He's going to take off. I was
what
there.
I said.
I had him on fantasy. I was like, oh my God, this is about to be like
Number
a
one
mid-season
guy.
Yeah, this is going to be
Mecole Hartman.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out that way at all. At all. Like he was not great at all when he
No.
went back to the Chiefs.
Just took a while.
Yeah.
That's really what happened. It just took a while.
This is a guy who started the season by dorking out because he was meeting Aaron Rodgers, okay? Dorking out. Meeting Aaron Rodgers is a member of the New York Jets, and he ends the season, Mike. And you and I can certainly relate to this pain. He ends the season. He catches the last pass of the season, and he wins his second Super Bowl for the Chiefs. God, I hate them. I hate the Jets. God, leave me alone. Go to hell.
Who?
I'm tired.
You're telling God to go to hell?
No, I'm telling the Jets and Mecole Hartman are good. Just all the Jets.
He had no touchdowns in the regular season.
I know. When it matters most.
Yep. And he had the big catch in the first half that Pacheco ruined.
This is why you don't leave Patrick Mahomes, man.
Never.
Tariq Hill, big mistake.
And we're back.
We are.
Stugotz.
Yeah.
Did you know that heart disease risk factors such as diabetes or high blood pressure can increase your chance of a heart attack by up to 2 times? Learn more and assess your heart risk factors at checkyourheartrisk.com. Brought to you by Bear Aspirin, the official sponsor of Fans Hearts. You know what that means, Stugotz?
What?
It's time for Bear's heart racing moments of the day.
The heart racing moment of the day. Oh, my favorite time of the day.
It's exciting.
Yes.
My heart's racing.
Is it?
It is.
Really?
I have the heart racing moment from the Super Bowl if you guys would like it. Would you like my heart racing moment from the Super Bowl?
I would. I think that's the point of
Absolutely.
the segment. We're supposed to go around the room.
Well, I know, but I'm saying it like
all have one.
casually in conversation, not like, this is
Right, I got it. Right.
Yeah, I'm trying
Doesn't
to
feel forced.
just
Yeah.
like exactly like naturally just tell you like I want to discuss my heart racing moment brought to you by Bear Aspirin.
So you have a heart racing moment.
I do.
And Mikey, you have a heart racing moment?
I do.
Wow.
Fuentes, you have one as well?
I do.
I have one as well.
Look at that.
We're ready to go.
Wow.
Look at us. Just
All of
sitting
us did
around
it.
the Super
Yeah.
Bowl thinking about heart racing moments.
Yeah.
you go.
All right. You
Yeah.
first, Billy.
My heart racing moment came with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in overtime.
Wow, you have pinpointed it down to like an actual time left on
Yeah.
the clock. Okay.
Not that it mattered, but
Right.
because the time didn't matter, it was just going to roll over into a second overtime.
It was a new game.
It was a new game. Anyway, so with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in overtime, the 49ers are up 22-19, 4th and 1. And as Tony Romo put it 17 times, this was for the Super Bowl.
None of the plays were for the Super Bowl.
Well, this one was for the Super Bowl. If the 49ers stop the Chiefs here, It was over. This was for the Super Bowl, which I think everybody knew, and I could be wrong. I think everybody at home was thinking the same thing. The Super Bowl's not going to end on this play. This is not going to end with the Chiefs on 4th and 1 going for it, and the 49ers defense, as good as they were, stopping the Chiefs on a 4th and 1.
Correct. I didn't think it for a second.
So the question becomes, what's the play? What do they do? Who do they go to? 4th and 1. Super Bowl on the line.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes rolls right, keeps it. 8-yard run, boom, fresh set of downs.
Quarterback keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was it. My heart was racing.
He was great. He was great. Every time they needed a play, the best quarterback in the game gave him a play.
He started out slow, though.
He started out very slowly. He picked it up, obviously, in the second half. And you want to sit here today and say he's the second greatest quarterback of all time? I'm good with it. I'm fine with that. Even though I do the rank things and Montana has 4, I think, Mahomes will get to 4 eventually. I don't know if he'll get to Brady, but he will get to Montana. So, anyway, Mikey A, your heart-racing moment.
I'm going to take you guys back to the third quarter when it seemed like the Chiefs were trying to get back into it, but they were starting to stall a little bit. On a 3-and-out, they punt, and it hits somebody's ankle. And it's just one of those things where it happens in football. You can't really do much. And
Yep.
Chiefs recovered it. Next play, Marquez Valdez-Scantling gets a touchdown.
Yep.
Heart racing moment.
MVS.
That's football, man.
Yeah.
Right? A guest here on God Bless Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before they went to Europe for that game, right?
Yeah. Went to Germany, told us all about the toilet paper they were taking.
That play, that turnover did kind of turn the game, right? Chiefs got the ball, they get the touchdown, they get some confidence, and they start moving the ball every drive after that.
Yeah,
So-
I was dogging Ray McLeod so bad because I'm like,
Yeah.
you idiot, why are you trying to pick that up?
Yep.
And then I saw the replay, and
Yeah,
it's like,
well,
Smart play.
Smart
I'm like, he's trying to save it. Yeah, he's trying to save it. Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay, there was a time, I don't remember the exact time like Billy did, but Rashee Rice catches a ball. They ran him out of the backfield on a 3rd down. He was lined up with Pacheco, and then he comes across like this.
Yeah.
He gets the first down, but then he gets clocked. The ball pops out, almost looks like a forward pass, ends up right in the hands of Watson, and he goes down. But I thought at that moment, if they lose that ball, that it was going to be because at the time, the 49ers were actually dominating the game.
Play for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was a play for Super Bowl. You're right. Yeah,
Rashee Rice was very upset last night in that game.
he was.
Yeah, Travis Kelce bumping into Andy Reid.
That was out of control.
Imagine the storylines if they lost that game.
But they won, so who cares?
yeah.
It's a love tap today, but imagine if
Exactly.
they lost. I mean, forget it. And then you have Rashee Rice. And by the way, Kelce and Andy Reid both announced they'll be back next year, try to go for a 3-peat. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting if Bill Belichick calls the Niners owners. It's going to be very interesting. I'm just throwing that out there.
What are you
Kyle
throwing
Shanahan,
out there?
Enough of Kyle.
Just,
What is this?
no.
What's this now?
Did Kyle Shanahan ever realize that perhaps what's keeping him from winning a Super Bowl is a good quarterback? Anyone?
What?
Huh? He tries to do it with Garoppolo. He tries to do it with Purdy. He keeps falling short, and he falls short to good quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, he tried to do it with Trey Lance, but that didn't work out.
Well, they traded Trey Lance.
Yeah, and I know, but he tried
know,
to
but
do
they
it with
lost
what he
to-
thought was a good quarterback, and it didn't pan out.
They lost 2 first-round picks for Trey Lance.
Okay.
You
Well,
can't make that mistake
He made it to the Super Bowl.
twice, but hasn't won one yet, Billy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Marv Levy.
I did actually see stats that were comparing. It was like what he's done, what his record has been thus far in the playoffs, whatever. And it's eerily similar to Mike McCarthy in the same amount of time, except Mike McCarthy had a Super Bowl win
Right.
this far into his career.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are not making a big enough deal about the fact that the Niners missed an extra point.
That
They
yeah.
did. Huge extra point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Moody.
It's for the Super Bowl, you know.
Is that your heart racing moment?
No, my heart racing moment is anytime they throw the ball to Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
yeah.
You just don't know what's going to happen. It could be a touchdown. It could start off as a 15-yard reception, and then he goes backwards 17 yards. He could drop a ball. He could drop a ball he's supposed to catch a ball he's not supposed to drop. You just have no idea. It's a heart-racing moment every time somebody throws him the football.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic heart racing moment. To be
Thank you.
honest. Really good one.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You win.
I do, huh?
You win the heart racing moment.
All right.
Yeah, you win.
Mine sucked now that I think about it.
Going out on top.
Yeah.
Why is that?
The Stews was just so much better.
Yeah. How do you run backwards in the Super Bowl? How do you lose 4 yards on what should be like a 6-yard gain?
Because you're Scantling.
Chris Jones is very upset.
He was.
Yeah,
He was so
Chris
mad.
Jones was ready to fight.
You do not want to upset Chris Jones.
Did you see Patrick Mahomes just looked confused? He was like, how? What?
That's the
You
experience.
almost want to see him point.
Yes, but that's what happens when you throw the ball to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I bet you it was Mahomes' heart-racing moment.
He also looked very upset at the Pacheco fumble in the first half.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
I mean, they're driving.
Which was
you know?
preceded by a huge catch by Mecole Hartman.
Yeah.
52-yarder.
Can't believe we're saying this.
Yeah.
Hardman.
Not the best weapons on that Chiefs offense, I'd say. But
How?
they found a way.
How? They lost Tyreek Hill. They've won 2 Super Bowls. How?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes is good.
He is.
Travis Kelce is good.
So is that
That
defense.
guy, he's good.
Yeah.
Defense was very good.
Defense is great.
Very good.
I mean, throughout the playoffs, the defense has been great.
Yeah. Didn't affect Christian McCaffrey, but they have been very, very good.
No, but I want you to think about this. They held the Dolphins, one of the best offenses in the NFL, this defense did, to 7 points.
I mean, it was also like frigid weather.
I understand that. They held Josh Allen at home to 24 points. They held Lamar Jackson at home to 10 points. And then the Niners scored 22. Their defense is great. And Patrick Mahomes is great. Period. End of discussion. He's great.
Big game for Harrison Butker, too.
It was.
So this
Yeah.
discussion's over.
We had 2 record-setting field goals in that game. Moody hits a 55-yarder. Butker comes back, it's 57.
What a night, huh?
Yeah, but I don't trust
Records
Moody.
left and
No,
right.
I mean, either.
I don't trust Moody.
The rookie? How can
I
you?
do
How
not.
can
I
you?
don't
You
trust
don't
him.
trust him just because he missed an extra point. Had he not missed that extra
Yeah,
point,
it
you would
it
have
was
been saying
blocked.
It got blocked.
It was
It got
blocked.
blocked. Yeah,
Yes.
that's different.
It
You
got
can't do
blocked.
anything about that. Yeah.
Right.
this. But that's why you're saying you don't trust him, though. But in fairness, had that gone through, they would have won the Super Bowl.
There's something about, I don't know how to do this. He doesn't induce confidence. Like when Butker strolls out there, I think that he's going to make the kick. And when this guy strolls out there, it's, coin toss.
Okay.
Kicker analysis. Super Bowl, baby.
I don't have faith in him, Billy. I'm sorry. Seem to disagree.
I just don't think much of him.
You're not in the moody?
He's,
Oh, boy.
Nice.
wow.
Was it?
I liked it.
Was
Thank
that
you,
nice?
I thought it was good.
Wow.
I'm in a good mood. It was a good Super Bowl.
A good
Are you?
moody.
Yeah, a good mood. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so what do we do now? Do we shift to the draft?
Well,
Oh, we got to talk about the.
Free agent. You got free agency coming.
Yeah,
yeah.
we got to talk about NFL honors too.
What about him?
I think Puka Nacua got robbed.
You were doing this whole thing, and I think that you're the only one that thought that. Like,
I think
CJ
everybody's.
Stroud
I think
wasn't
everybody's
gonna
in
win.
love with C.J. Stroud. Puka Nacua set receiving records like
Like what?
a record's a record. Like
Right,
rookie
so-
receiving records.
I know,
Yeah.
but all these awards are for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But that's the crap part of it.
Like Billy was saying, if San Francisco won, Brock Purdy likely would have won.
Yeah,
No
we
way.
were
No
talking
way.
before who
No
would have won
way.
the MVP. I'm like, I
Right.
wouldn't have been surprised if it was Brock
didn't
Purdy.
even-
That's how they do it.
He had zero
Jawan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings had more passing touchdowns than Brock Purdy. How are you going to give it to?
You think they
Brock
would have
Purdy?
passed up the opportunity if
They had the
Brock
same
Purdy
number.
beat Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl? You think they would have passed up the opportunity to give the MVP to the last pick in the draft?
That would have been a marketing thing, but it should have been Christian McCaffrey. I think he had 8 catches for 80 yards, and he had like 95 yards rushing.
He's good.
He would have been the MVP.
He's good. How about Greenlaw just tearing his ACL?
That was so insane.
Crazy.
Who warned you about that field?
You did. That's right.
You did.
He did.
You actually did. You actually did.
He did.
You were out on the field. You went there for media night, and you were concerned about it afterwards. You did.
I don't want.
Wow,
I don't want to be that
The
guy,
Duke.
but some people put their hand in the dirt and they go around and they say, you know what, this dirt's moving a lot.
Yeah. But some people just trip over their shoelace and.
Mikey A, can we talk about something about the Puka Nacua thing before we move on? So
Please.
we were out. It was Stugotz, myself, Mike Fuentes, and Juju at like the Mina Kimes and Dominique Foxworth live podcast thing.
It was fun.
And then all of a sudden, Mike Fuentes is just like, ugh! Like he just like has this reaction. And we're like, what happened, Mike? And then he goes and he shows the phone to Stugotz and to me. He goes, Puka was robbed, and it's like, dude, why do you care so much about who won Rookie of
I
the
met him. He
Year?
was a nice guy. You know,
Right.
He gave us a good time. He loved the song.
Crazy reaction to it.
It was odd.
He was robbed. It's like I think everybody thought it was going to be C.J. Stroud, but okay, say so.
He was a nice guy. You know?
We get that, but we were watching a show.
He loved the Puka Nacua song. Nice guy.
So Stugotz, it was an exciting game.
Yep,
It was an exciting week out in Vegas.
it was.
One of my highlights is one that I don't think most people would be excited about.
Yep.
Coming back from the Super Bowl and having the Super Bowl and the whole week, I love as just like a general celebration of
It's great.
football.
Yes.
It feels like a reunion of sorts because like obviously you're like in this industry, but you don't see these people all the time unless you're like an actual traveling game day reporter. And even that, those people are spread out. So you don't get a chance to see all of these people all in one place. Like
Correct.
it's great. And
You get to see Mad Dog once a year. It's at Radio Row. He calls you Mr. Gill.
well, he called me Mr. McGill, but that's a whole nother thing. I didn't even mean
classic doggy.
I didn't even mean Mad Dog. I meant people that I actually know.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, you know Dog now.
And there's people that I saw that I was like, I learned this week. There's people that you see and you see them like the first day. You need to go up and say hello to them the first day because you may not see them again, especially this Super Bowl. Like,
Yes, yep.
I saw a lot of people like media night. I was like, oh, I'm not going to go bother them. They're like working or whatever. I'll say hi to them
I
later in
got
the
5
week.
days left. Right?
Didn't see them again the entire
yes.
time. And then I feel rude because there's that whole thing of like,
You had your moment.
no,
Right,
but it's like,
right.
did they then see me and then I'm like the rude person that didn't
Sure.
say hi to them? That whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, but not what I was excited about. I was excited to see a lot of people. I was excited to be out there and just kind of be part of it.
Sure.
One thing that I was very excited about, I had In-N-Out for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I liked In-N-Out. Nice buns. They weren't hard. They weren't dry. It was like a buttery bun.
Yeah.
I didn't go crazy.
Love a good bun.
Do like
Yeah.
the whole
I
animal.
do too, Mikey. Yeah, you're right. I love a good bun.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Big bun guys over here. I didn't do the whole animal style thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what that was going to entail. I wanted to just, I guess I should have done that if I was going to do it.
No,
do
you
it
wanted
the right
to
way.
see it in its purest form.
Yeah.
Just bun and burger.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Nice little burger.
Good for us.
Okay, fries.
I don't love the fries.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't love the fries.
Okay, fries.
Yeah.
You get a
feel like-
milkshake or?
No.
Oh,
See, this is the thing. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I went with Mike Fuentes, and
Amateur.
He knows everything except for when we were there. Then he didn't tell me
I
how
said-
to eat properly.
I said do the animal style, but I don't know if you're like an onions guy.
Did you?
Yeah. I've never eaten meals with you, Billy, so I don't know.
Me and onions don't have a great history
There
together.
you go.
Really?
Yeah, that's true. Put you in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just that,
He ate
that
a
little
raw
thing.
onion. I mean,
That little thing.
it was raw.
Yeah,
He bit into it like an apple.
That's just a story you don't really tell people, you know?
yeah.
I went to the hospital because I bit an onion.
How about Reba? Made me sweat it out. Jeez.
She hit it, though.
I know.
Hit the over.
At the very end, she did.
Really?
She carried those last couple of notes forever,
Yes,
for a lifetime.
for America.
She was getting towards the end for the over. She was getting towards the end at about 2:22, and then she held those notes and did it. I think the official time was 2:40. I had a good night last night.
Did you?
Well, I had the overtime, 100 to win 900. I had the Chiefs to win the game. I had heads. I had the national anthem.
There was a prop bet for non-quarterback to make a passing attempt
Yes.
I got that one.
and
Yes.
non-quarterback throw a touchdown.
It was 2.5 guys throw a pass, over or under. 2.5 people will throw a pass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That was it.
and then I saw that, and then I'm like, wow. So if you had non-quarterback passing touchdown and non-quarterback pass attempt, and you parlayed them, you made a bunch of money off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have top 5 teams to keep an eye on for next season.
All right, let me get the fanfare ready.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
This is exciting.
I'm already on to next
I
season.
already hate this.
Well, why do you hate
Because I know
it?
who you're gonna. Because I know who you're gonna put on the list, and I'm gonna be upset.
You don't know.
I know who you're gonna put on.
You
I
have
do
no
know
idea who I'm putting on the list. No clue.
You can. Did you put him on the list? Did you?
We'll find out together.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I don't know who you're talking about.
yes, you do. You look over my shoulder, and you know very well who I'm talking
What
about.
do you mean? I'm ready when you guys are.
Do you have OLIs or just top 5?
Just 5, straight 5.
Okay.
Yeah, just a straight 5. Number 5.
Are the Chiefs a dynasty?
Yes, they are now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They weren't. I went on that rant. I've gotten nothing right on the Chiefs, by the way.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay? I criticized Andy Reid when he got rid of Alex Smith for Patrick Mahomes. I told everyone the Chiefs are the team you want to face headed into the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
They were the last team you wanted to face headed into the playoffs this year. Tony Romo said as much. It's the only thing he got right last night. I like Tony.
Well,
I don't care how
for the
much.
Super Bowl.
Listen, I don't care how many things he gets wrong. He gets me excited.
Does he?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. You know?
It's kind of crazy. And I was thinking about this. So Patrick Mahomes, if he retired today, is a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Obvious. If,
Like-
if he retired yesterday, if he retired before the game.
First ballot.
Yeah.
Hall
First
of
ballot.
Famer.
Easily.
5 years.
If he retires,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And he was the 10th pick in the first round of the draft.
Correct.
Andrew Luck.
Yep.
What bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you thought Andrew Luck was going to come in and just dominate the league. He was going to be the next thing.
He did for a little bit. Not dominate, but he had some good
He was
seasons.
very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
He was good, but he dealt with injuries and it just didn't pan out. And then early retirement, and that's done. He's not going to sniff the Hall of Fame. He's not going to get anywhere close to it.
Nowhere. No.
Crazy. The way football works out.
But why are you thinking about Andrew Luck this morning?
Well, because I was just thinking about how much Patrick Mahomes has accomplished at such a young age, how he could just retire right now, and he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer, one
Easily.
of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
I think people would say if he retired today, Patrick Mahomes is a top 2 or 3 quarterback of all time easily, and they're right.
And it's just in like 6 seasons.
5-year window, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever.
5 years as a starter.
Yeah.
He's not 29 yet.
He's going to be the guy like Brady where we're going to have a Hall of Fame career in the beginning and a Hall of Fame career at the end.
He has 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He's won 3 Super Bowls. He lost 1 to Tom Brady. That doesn't help.
Well, I mean, that game, I remember it was a lot of offensive line hurt.
He lost to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Just
And
enough.
Tom Brady.
He lost
Yeah,
to Tom
and Tom
Brady.
Brady.
Yes. He lost to
It's
Tom
okay
Brady.
if you lose to Tom Brady. Yeah, it's okay.
Right. So if he wins 3 more with the Chiefs, 2 more Super Bowl MVPs, which Brady has 5, and then 1 Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers. We have something to talk
You got to
about.
win somewhere else. You're right. Yeah.
But Billy, you're right. If he retires today, it's funny how football works.
It's
out.
crazy. And
Yeah.
like, the thing is, so he has 3 now, and he's 28.
Mm-hmm.
It seems insane to get 7. Like, it seems insane.
Yes.
Let's say he plays till 40. He has 12 years to win 4 more.
Which
if
is
he
a
wins
lot.
one, it
Well, he's won
is a
4.
lot.
But Billy,
Yeah.
he's won 4 and 6. I mean,
Oh, he's won 3.
he's won 3 and 6. Been to 4 and 6.
It's the fact that it's possible is just crazy.
I know, but over the next 6 years, if I tell you he's going to make 4 more Super Bowls, you're not going to be surprised. Of course
I
not.
would be surprised if they make 4 more Super Bowls in the
Really?
next 6 years. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's a lot. And
that's
then-
a lot.
and the
He
thing
just did it.
I know,
but
but
the thing
it's
is-
hard to do.
Yeah.
That's saying 12 or that's saying 8 over 12 years. That's a lot.
I think what the Chiefs really need to prioritize now is like, this guy's going to be good forever, but you need to find your next Travis Kelce
Yeah.
because he needs that guy. Like, sure, he can do it with this like mishmash receiver core, but he needs
help.
he needs one guy at least. So,
Well, they'll get him a guy, don't
well,
you think?
that's the thing, but you need to find that guy.
Well, they got him Rice. Rice is only going to get better. I'm not saying he's the
No,
guy,
yeah,
but you're
correct.
right. You have to
Yeah.
start thinking past Kelce.
At least one guy.
Right.
Like, because, or start hopefully Sam Laporta has a little bit of a mishaps
I
in
mean,
Detroit.
Kelsey had 91 yards last night. It's not like Kelsey's slowing down, but in 2 or 3 years,
He's
he'll-
going to
right.
eventually, yeah.
Well, no, and he's announcing that he's coming back. You wonder how long is he going to play?
Yeah. I figure like 2 more years for him, but you got to look for the next guy.
Why would you leave this quarterback?
I wouldn't if I was him.
If you're Andy Reid, if you're Travis Kelsey, if you're any of these guys,
Travis Kelce retiring
Kelce-
now would be ridiculous.
But
well, he's not.
but on
He
the
said he's
other
not.
side of it,
yeah,
there's got to be guys lining up to go play with him. Like
would think,
any
yes.
free agent, if Kelsey leaves, is going to be like, I'll be that guy. I'll do it.
yeah, of course.
But, if Kelsey said, I'm going to marry a billionaire and disappear, I would.
But Kelsey's already said he's coming back next year.
Yeah.
So you're thinking 2 or 3 seasons down the road.
I think he has like
Right.
2 years left on his deal. So I think when his deal's over, he's done.
What do we think of Taylor chugging her alcohol when they showed her on the screen in the stadium?
It's not her. I mean, she's not punching the cameras. Like,
I liked it.
yeah.
So did I.
I hate people like, oh, look, she's on screen again. She's
She
not making a
played along.
decision. Yeah,
I know. I like that she played to the
She played
crowd.
along.
I'm
Good.
sure that was happening before her too.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Sure.
I got this."
I'm a football girl. Let's do it.
I like Taylor Swift. I'm not. I'm not
So
going to
do
be
I.
I'm not going to be the one hating
I'm
on
not
Taylor
either.
Swift. Not going to happen. Not going to get it from me. Not today.
Why does this bother people?
I don't know.
Who cares?
People have miserable lives.
They have a great relationship. They're in love. It seems like they're in love. I mean,
Travis is going to mess that up.
Oh,
why do you
big
have
prediction.
why do you have Travis messing it up?
Wow.
Why do you have it?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I have a brain.
Why can't Taylor mess it up?
She can't. Look.
She could, but I'd have my money on him too.
Yes. If you were to guess,
Yeah. And then the next album, fire.
it's already coming out.
I know, but
Oh my God, I
the
wonder-
breakup album is always the best album.
think
Do you
she
think
wrote
she
a-
wrote the
a-
breakup song already?
That's what I was wondering
He has
too.
it in lock.
Do you think there's a preemptive breakup song just in case? Just in case something happens between now and release date.
It's in the chamber.
It's in there.
Adele would do it.
For the sales?
Yeah.
Yep.
Could you imagine sabotaging your own relationships just
sell
to
songs.
release songs? That'd be so
And
great.
Travis is like, wait a second.
So
We didn't break
devious.
up yet. I mean,
I hope.
Listen, I love you, but this song is fire.
Look, I
and
hope they're in-
can't just release it.
I hope they're in love. I hope that they never break up. Right. But
Right.
if I had to, if I was in a sports gambling state,
yes.
okay,
All right.
and I had a Billy's Bets Big Board brought to you by,
Amazing.
and the question was who
We're
messed
back.
up.
Yeah.
I mean.
If the relationship ended today.
Exactly right. If the relationship ended today and I had a Billy's Bets Big Boards brought to you by on who caused the breakup,
Right.
I think I'd be taking the heavy favorite.
Mikey A, do you agree?
Yes.
But I hope that they
Yes.
don't. Again, let me get out in front and say I hope that they
Agreed.
don't. I
Right.
hope that they don't. But
You're hoping this lasts forever.
yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Why not? Why would I not want people to be happy?
It's a great story.
Yeah.
It really is.
Anyway,
Listen, I have my daughters into football games that they normally would not be into.
my cousin told me the same
And for
thing.
that, I am grateful. I'm sorry.
My cousin told me the same thing. He has an 8-year-old daughter. He goes, my daughter's never watched more football with me than she has this season. I'm
Right.
so happy that this is
My
happening.
daughters will watch the Jet games with me. They'll watch the Dolphin games with me. They'll never sit down and watch, a random Chiefs game with me. They're doing it for one reason and one reason only. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I saw like a
Random
big.
Chiefs game like the Super Bowl.
Well, no, just like, Chiefs, Dolphins, Chiefs, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens. They like the Chiefs.
Yeah, I saw this big TikTok montage of just fathers with their daughters. It was like 2 minutes of just little girls going crazy whenever she was on screen.
Yeah.
Which is what the NFL wants, right? You're
Yes.
making new football fans with this. So
Yeah. She's been great for the NFL.
we never got to your top 5.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
All right, coming up next. I've moved on to next season already. I am done with this season. I have my top 5 teams to keep an eye on headed into next year.
Waste management getting a little unruly. Seems like we've embraced it a little bit too much.
You know what? I was thinking the exact opposite.
Really?
PGA Tour, get over it. Once a year, you go to a place that's loud, that's obnoxious. And by the way, you've been telling everyone for years it's the best weekend of the year on the PGA Tour calendar.
Yeah.
Billy Horschel, do me a favor.
Oh, boy.
Get over it. Jordan Spieth, once a year, someone talks during your backswing. Deal with it. I don't want to hear from the PGA Tour today. I don't. That's the problem. I mean, the guys that live, say what you will about them, they're over there having fun, playing in shorts. They're blaring music. And these guys, the one tournament they have where people are encouraged to go out there and drink, go out there and talk smack to the players, once they go a little too far, going to get upset with the gallery. Bad look.
Did you see the guy that did the front flip into the sand trap? I'm shocked he didn't snap both of his knees. It was the worst front flip I've ever seen.
Wasted management. Am I
Yeah,
right?
sir. Hey.
Jeez, that was, I mean,
It's Jeremy Taché. I mean.
low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
So you feel like the PGA players are right? Like,
No, I don't
you
think
feel-
that they're right, but I'm watching. I'm like, oh my God, how is this happening in a PGA Tour event? Like before, okay, hole in one, everybody throws their beer. Oh, everybody's drunk, whatever. But like videos were kind of crazy. I'm like, I don't know how golf is going to put up with this for much longer.
First time they were suspended alcohol sales at a PGA event.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Bad job by the PGA.
On the other
Really,
hand,
drink more.
Yeah, exactly. Memories being made out
It's
here.
Well,
the one weekend they have.
you know who's out there is Liv is like, come on over. You know what I mean? Like, you guys want to do this every single event if you want. We
Right.
don't care. Just anyone come, please. For the love of God, anyone come watch us.
throw beers at us. We don't care. as during the backswing.
You know that you want attention when you're like, "Hey, Billy Stugotz, you wanna participate in our pro-am a day from now?"
That's right.
We should have Bubba on this week. Our buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get his reaction to the waste management and the Chiefs. He couldn't go. You remember his wife had a college basketball deal.
It was her, I think, her 20th or 25th anniversary of her team winning the national championship.
No,
I
making
believe.
the Final Four.
Final Four.
Oh, well,
Final
whatever.
Four.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So next year we get New Orleans. Shorter trip. Excited about that.
Much shorter trip. I'm down for that. Yeah.
But
Do you remember who wins the national championship every season in college basketball?
oh God, no.
No, me neither.
Who won it last year?
No idea.
It wasn't Florida Atlantic.
It was UConn, I think.
FAU Miami made the Final Four. I think it was UConn.
I think it was UConn. Yeah. And I was thinking that UM had a chance, and then I remember that UConn won every game by double digits or something. It was the first team that ever do that. Yeah.
UM made it to the Final Four.
They did though. Yeah.
I think they beat San Diego State.
Yeah.
Weird Final Four.
Weird
Yeah.
Final. San Diego State, Miami, UConn, and some other team.
FAU.
FAU is the other team?
Yeah, FAU.
there you go.
And FAU lost by 1 point.
To-
They were almost to San Diego State. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
almost in the national championship game.
Who cares?
That would have been crazy.
Well, we care now.
That I remember, yeah.
I mean, football's over.
That's right.
You know who I talked to?
NBA season started?
I talked to someone this weekend that was praising FAU. It was Ross Tucker.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Ross Tucker,
Wow.
one day, it was like
Odd.
on Wednesday or Thursday, I came up, he's like, "Hey, Billy, you the big Miami guy?" I'm like, "Well, I live there." He's like, "No, the big Canes guy." I was like, "Absolutely not. I dread them. Ugh, I hate them. They're my sworn enemies."
Yep.
And then we were talking about FAU, and he's like, "I went to FAU last year. Great facilities." And we were talking about that. I just,
It's an odd thing to talk about.
well,
with
you know,
Ross
when in Rome, you're here talking about FAU. I had an FAU story from the Super Bowl I thought I'd share with you.
Well, thank
little
you.
tie-in with Ross Tucker.
Ross Tucker was up early, man.
Yeah.
He eats a lot.
What?
No, I'm saying he's skinny. He's in
What?
good shape. He's good. But every time I saw him, it was him or Peter King hovering over the media room buffet. I mean, every
Did
time.
we give Peter King his gift?
Oh,
We did not give Peter King his gift. No, we
That's
did not.
upsetting.
Yeah.
That's
I
upsetting.
can figure out why Ross Tucker is so into FAU. I'm like scanning through the.
He,
wiki right
I have the answer for you.
Oh, okay.
He did an FAU game last year.
now. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, he called the game. So he was just kind of like saying, I was down there, great facility.
It is a nice campus.
Yeah.
It's a nice camp. No one's there, but it's a nice campus.
Private, right?
Say what you will. They've
Boca.
built a good program considering like they
A good football program.
Yeah, coming up
And basketball
from
program,
Sun
yes.
Belt.
Yeah.
I think they're in the Athletic, right?
The Lane
What are they in
Kiffin
now?
years were the prime years. We had Devin Singletary.
Atlantic, what are they in?
His offense, Lane Kiffin's offense, was give Devin Singletary the ball 60 times a game. And it made sense because he was like the only NFL player on the whole team.
Would you say keep an eye on FAU for next season, or
No.
you ready for my
Who
top
would you keep
5
an eye
teams
on?
to keep an eye on? Thank you, Mikey. Good question.
Keeping an eye on this top 5.
Oh, they're in the American, whatever
Oh.
it's called. FAU,
Oh,
right? Is that what they're in now?
the Owls.
They were in Sun Belt Conference USA, and I think that they're now in the.
Who gives a hoot? Give me the top 5.
There you go.
Interesting. I mean, interesting that Ross Tucker would tickle your fancy this morning.
I didn't
mean,
think
I did
that I
not
was going to
expect
talk
that.
to anyone
Like-
about, the
Like
American
Stu
Athletic
said,
Conference.
did not expect that name to be the guy.
No, or that conversation.
Nice guy.
At Radio
Ross
Row.
Tucker.
It's
I
a
do
nice
like
guy.
Ross Tucker.
Big guy.
Big guy.
Always eating.
Well, it's not like that. You know who else is a big guy? Cam Newton is huge.
He is.
An enormous person.
He is.
Yes.
Like I know that we, like you would think, like football players are great guys, but like I'm not saying that I'm like a big guy, but like I'm not like a small person.
You're
you know what I
not.
mean? Like when you look
I
at
saw the picture of you next to Josh Allen. Same height.
nah, he's like two inches taller or something.
But
he-
not that big. Cam Newton
Yeah.
dwarfs Josh Allen. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's 6'5".
Yeah.
and Cam Newton is like a brick house. Like he is jacked, and he's now seasons removed from being in the NFL. That's when you I feel like when you're 2-3 years removed, what's the proper window to really let yourself go? Because let's say
Not the first year because you're thinking, all right, maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll
same.
get the call.
I think you get
Right.
two years of that, maybe 3 years
years,
of that,
yeah.
where you're like, you never know. I'm gonna stay in shape just in case.
Just in
I
case.
feel like 3 to 7 is when you let yourself go, and then like year 7 is when you start thinking, man, this is gonna get out of control quick if I don't stop it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think Brady's still in playing shape?
Yes.
Yeah.
He looked good in the commercials.
Yeah.
I will ask you guys this, okay? Because Billy told us about the report that Kyle Shanahan went after Tom Brady during the preseason, the offseason last year. Does Brady win that game last night?
I think he scores a touchdown at a certain.
Could you imagine if they would have it's the Super Bowl week, they're working out or whatever. I wonder if they thought about it when they were having turf issues at their practice facility, because that was a thing that we heard about, was that the 49ers weren't happy with the turf.
Right.
I wonder if Kyle did have that little thought in the back of his head saying, you know what, Brock's got us this far, but what if? Mm-hmm. What if we reach out to old Tommy?
Yep.
TB12.
Tom would have won last night.
Well, because that's Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite.
Yes.
And you don't make a big hubbub about it. You don't make it be a big deal.
Just hire Tommy.
Obviously, you do it,
under the radar.
Exactly right. Under the radar. Through all of the legal, proper channels. Mm-hmm. But you keep it very tight-lipped, under the radar. All of a sudden, they're announcing the name, and at quarterback, number 12.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yes.
The Chiefs would be shook.
Freaking out.
Absolutely shook.
Pat would quit.
He wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He would be quivering.
Andy Reid retiring.
There on the sidelines, not knowing what to do.
Billy, I'll take it one step further.
How can we?
It's a great question.
Great question.
I'll take it one step further.
Okay.
You bring Tom back. Mm-hmm. You have proven you can make the Super Bowl without Tommy.
Yeah.
You only start Tom in the Super Bowl.
1-game contracts. Love it. Love it.
Hired gun for the Super Bowl.
On short notice.
I think he would have won that game.
He would have.
I think he would have won that game.
Yes. I have no doubt.
Spags would have been rattled.
Oh my God.
I didn't plan for this. What do I do?
They come out with Brady in the second half.
Oh, so you have him just kind of.
Oh, just half.
One step further.
They had a lead.
They had the lead.
Just hold the lead, Tommy.
Just overtime.
He comes in. He's like the ace closer. He's the closer that comes in. He was just kind of like in the bullpen on short rest. He's out there like, oh, we need Randy Johnson. He pitched yesterday. Do we pitch him? And Randy Johnson comes out and he throws 9 innings of relief ball. That's what Tommy does. He comes out at halftime.
Shanahan points to the bleachers. He goes, give me the righty.
Yeah, that was the lefty. Yeah, give me the righty.
Give me the righty.
And you're like, what the hell is
Tom
this guy?
Brady.
Is he tapping his watch? What's he doing
He
over
walks
there?
down from a box
in
full pads.
Comes out of the
with
tunnel.
all the rings on.
You're like, oh my
Takes
God.
them off one by one.
One by one.
Enter Sandman is playing.
I like that. He takes off his rings
One by one.
You see someone coming out of the tunnel, you're like, oh my God, George Kittle, thank goodness he's back. He's recovered from. By the way, I don't know, how did George Kittle go into the tunnel and come out so quickly? Because he was out there like, oh, he's back. And it's like, I don't just the way time works. How did he manage to get from whatever he was doing going into the tunnel to out 2 plays later? It didn't make any sense to me. But you're looking, you're like, is it Kittle? Is it Kittle? Brady? Tom Brady? Stop the presses.
Spags quits.
Yeah, he just walks off the field.
Mahomes throws his hands in the air.
Yeah.
Camera cuts to
Reed retires.
Same exact look he gave when his receiver was running backwards. It's like
camera cuts to
Scantling.
Andy Reid just gaping mouth open in awe. Andy Reid shocked, doesn't know what to do. You have a top 5, Stu?
If I was Marquez Valdez
Forgot.
Scantling, I would just call myself the MVS of the Super Bowl every year.
I want to get it in.
I like that. The MVS of the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I would have his people pitch like, you guys want to talk to MVS of the Super Bowl? You'd be like, yeah. And then it's him.
All right, top 5 teams to keep an eye on for next year.
Let's do it. It's exciting.
Number 5, Chicago Bears. They have 2 of the top 3 or 4 picks in the NFL draft. They have Justin Fields as trade bait. They finished the season good. Watch out for the Bears next season. Number 4, the Chargers. Billy shaking his head. Quarterback gets healthy. They get Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's been to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick. Watch out for the LA Chargers.
Even the Bears, they finished the season good. They were 7-10.
Yeah, but they finished well. 2 of the first 5 picks in the draft, including number 1 overall.
That's a 2 or 3 year plan.
And Justin Fields is trade bait. I'm just saying, watch out.
That's actually a great pick.
But they're
finish
not
7-10 with the first overall pick. That's great.
You think they're going to be a first to last thing in the NFC North?
They could be.
They could.
I mean,
You think Lions are going to fall off?
Well, the Packers, too.
Packers too, but they're going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, watch
They're
out.
a wild
Just keep
card.
an eye on.
They're a wild card
They're
at
worth
best
keeping an
next
eye
year.
on. That's why you keep an eye on them.
Keep an eye on
Wild
them,
card,
yeah.
right?
And Chargers.
You watch.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Number 3,
I think the Chargers experiment's going to go terribly for Harbaugh. Sorry.
the Colts. Made the playoffs without Richardson. Get him back next year. Number 2, the Texans.
Don't do this.
What do you mean?
Don't do this.
Don't,
what?
please don't.
Don't do this.
Give it to me, Stu.
What do you mean?
Don't do this.
Give it to me, Stu.
Don't.
Number 1,
Please don't.
the New York Jets.
Yeah.